For Pacifica Radio, I'm Christina Onnested. Iran is preparing to imminently launch a ballistic missile attack on Israel, according to a senior Biden administration official who warned of severe consequences should it take place. The Associated Press is reporting an official who spoke on condition of anonymity said the U.S. is actively supporting Israeli defense preparations. The U.S. is sending thousands more troops to the Middle East to join some 40,000 U.S. troops already there. It's also sending a squadron of F-15E, F-16, and F-22 fighter jets and an A-10 attack aircraft. This comes as the Israeli military is warning people to evacuate 30 Lebanese villages in the south, hours after announcing what it says are limited ground operations against Hezbollah. Israel's launched airstrikes deeper into Lebanon, hitting Beirut, and launched strikes in Syria. Spain and Russia are calling on Israel to stop an invasion into Lebanon, warning of an escalating chances of a regional war. In Geneva, the United Nations Office on the High Commission on Human Rights called for de-escalation today. Here's Liz Throssell.
We are gravely concerned by the widening hostilities in the Middle East and their potential to engulf the entire region in a humanitarian and human rights catastrophe. The prospects that the situation may deteriorate further with a terrible impact on civilians and that it could rapidly expand to embroil other states in the region are real.
In Gaza, Israeli forces have killed at least 23 Palestinians and injured 101 others in the last 24 hours, according to the health ministry. Among the dead early Monday was another Palestinian journalist, Wafa al-Adani, her husband, and 2 children. The Committee to Protect Journalists has recorded 111 journalists killed in Palestine since Hamas's October 7th massacre in Israel and Israel's ensuing war in Gaza. The Palestinian death toll from Israeli strikes is now more than 41,600. The death toll from Hurricane Helene in the U.S. Southeast has now surpassed 130, with hundreds of people still missing and feared dead. More than 1.5 million people in 5 states remain without power, from the Virginia south to Florida. Meteorologists are estimating Helene drenched more than 40 trillion gallons of rain, an unheard of amount of water that flooded entire communities, including in hard-hit western North Carolina. Experts say storms in general are carrying more moisture due to climate change. Here's North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper.
This has been an unprecedented storm that has hit western North Carolina. It's requiring an unprecedented response. There are 92 rescue teams out working, doing search and rescue right now. And we're dealing with a situation that is unlike anybody's ever seen in western North Carolina.
President Joe Biden plans to survey the area tomorrow. Forecasters are now keeping an eye on Tropical Storm Kirk, far offshore in the Atlantic. It's expected to become a hurricane this week. Some 45,000 dock workers at 36 ports from Maine to Texas have started walking picket lines in a strike over wages and automation. The contract between the ports and members of the International Longshoremen's Association expired at midnight. Even though progress was reported in talks Monday, the workers went on strike at 12:01. Here's ILA's president, Harold Doggett.
They're not making millions no more. They're making billions, and they're spending it fast as they make it. I want a piece of that for my men, because when they made their most money was during COVID, when my men had to go to work on those piers every single day, when everybody stayed home and went to work. Not my men. They died out there with the virus. We all got sick with the virus. We kept them going. I want to be compensated for that.
A Georgia judge has struck down the state's abortion ban, which took effect in 2022, barring abortions beyond 6 weeks of pregnancy. Fulton County Superior Court Judge Robert McBurney wrote in his order Monday, liberty in Georgia include the power of a woman to control her own body, to decide what happens to it and in it, and to reject state interference with her health care choices. Mexico will inaugurate its first woman president today. Claudia Sheinbaum will take the oath of office. First Lady Jill Biden is leading a U.S. delegation to attend the historic swearing-in. Vice presidential candidates Democrat Tim Walz and Republican J.D. Vance will square off for a first and possibly only debate tonight tonight. It may be the last debate for both campaigns to argue their case before the election. I'm Christina Onnested reporting for Pacifica Radio.